Let's see, shoelace, moolace. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. ENTP here. I am the concept manager for Shoelace USA. I was in the middle of spitballing a few ideas on how to rebrand this company. The name Shoelace USA just sounds too boring, nothing really pops out to the consumer. I was thinking of something more along the lines of Space Lace. No, that sounds a bit too corny. Or US Lace, if you want to combine the words lace with USA. Honestly, it's a fairly difficult task because there's not a whole lot of possibilities to be mined from shoelaces. That's what us ENTPs are all about. We're not just looking at the world as is, but we're also scanning the environment for new possibilities and concepts. Curiosity is the engine that drives us. Without it, life would be pretty depressing. Kind of like this place right here. We enjoy looking at things through multiple perspectives and contemplating the logical principles to be had with each idea that enters our minds. At our best, people praise our innovation in creating unique solutions to problems, but at our worst, they say we are nauseatingly inquisitive, but I'm not sure if any of that's true or not. You can understand almost anything as long as you open your mind and take the time to deconstruct the issues around you. There's bound to be some way to make shoelaces look more enticing to consumers, but I don't know. Actually, the more I think about it, how were they able to afford a building like this with the flimsy business model that they have? Kinda makes you wonder if this is some huge money laundering scheme, but I digress. ENTPs, like me, have the characteristics I described due to these psychological components known as cognitive functions. The dominant function for the ENTP is known as Extroverted Intuition, or NE. This can be described as the external perception of the metaphysical world, metaphysical meaning the world of ideas, impressions, concepts, etc. This helps us to perceive implications from objects in the environment, thus promoting the exploration of ideas in the outer world. This gives us ENTPs the penchant for brainstorming. Oh, I just thought of another name. Grace Lace. No, that won't work. We're not a Christian company. Quite the opposite, actually. The next function down is known as Introverted Thinking, or TI. This is the internal judgment of things or people according to logic, and helps us to break issues down to the logical principle in order to better understand them. It works independently from the outside world, so it's not necessarily concerned with the utility of reasoning. Pure understanding that makes sense to the individual is what this function is all about. Combined with extroverted intuition, this gives the ENTP a knack for invention and inquisitiveness. Later in adulthood, we develop our next function, or tertiary function. This is Extroverted Feeling, or FE. This is the external judgment of things or people according to feelings, and helps us to make decisions according to the emotional atmosphere of others. This helps the ENTP to connect with others as we go about sharing our ideas and observations about the world. So no, I'm not alone in this room all day. I have coworkers that come up and talk to me every once in a while. Yeah, we have a good chat for a few moments before they discover that they can't get a word in with me because I tend to talk ad nauseum about whatever's going on in my head at the moment. But I guess that's the price you pay for curiosity. The last function in our functional stack is known as Introverted Sensing, or SI. This is the internal perception of the physical world. In other words, it gives us a kind of blueprint into the physical world based on previous impressions and promotes reliance on past experiences. Being the weakest of our cognitive functions, this causes us to disregard minute details or a sense of routine in favor of exploring more of the world of ideas. For instance, I keep forgetting to clock in every morning. I don't know why we have to keep track of that though. They know I'm up here working. Though that probably explains why I haven't received a check in the last couple of months. And I just realized I'm not wearing any underwear. Whoops, must have skipped that step in the morning routine. Anyways, here are some notable ENTPs in real life and in fiction for your intellectual digestion.
Based, extrapolated from, and then sprung poetically off of.
But if you rejoice in revenge, torture, and war, hey, that's why they call it the weekend.
And so I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. And all these people were just saying, just do it.
Yeah.
Which direction we are going, there's no knowing where.
Yeah, if I were Iron Man, I'd have this girlfriend who knew my true identity. She'd be a wreck. She'd always be worrying.
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
Well, that about covers it. ENTPs are inquisitive individuals with a hunger for more possibilities and ideas. We enjoy looking at things through multiple points of view and sharing it with people like you. Now, I have to get back to figuring out how we can better sell shoelaces to the public. This is easily the hardest job I've ever taken part in, but if there's a will, there's a way. Hopefully.